They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 75 yards. And the Bills have taken the early lead.
Tyler Bass for the extra.
Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. To throw is Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
They run here with Singletary. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills will extend their lead. Just an unbelievable start. Less than a minute in, they're already up 2 touchdowns.
You talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute's time, your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah.
Wow, you're quick.
I guess I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
All right, what are we running?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Kyle, you got to fix your mic.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
On the play. First down, Tampa Bay.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Brady
That's one of those plays where it's
sucks.
hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think
Chop
could absorb
block,
that
Kyle.
contact.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They go back to the ground with Jones. Taron Johnson made the stop.
Ball carrier. Taron Johnson brought him down. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones.
Let's go.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
43-yard line.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Brady now to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Heaters.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. They needed to go for, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down now. It's Moss, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 14 yards, and the Bills will add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term that you boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is
This one might be over by
big
half.
shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Tampa Bay.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 68 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation.
For Tampa Bay.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Yeah, it's on.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
2-point conversion.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Play action. Now it's Brady. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Airing this one out for Evans. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back.
It got his man complete. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
By the Buccaneers.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Mario Addison able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
But it brings up.
They'll go for it. It's Brady.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And he fires one that's intercepted.
What is Cole Beasley doing?
Picked off at the 30. 20. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Cole fucking Beasley's terrible.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. So after the INT, it's Brady. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion.
Successful.
So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
14. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they'll get another shot on that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And again, it's Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
It's 2nd and
Allen to throw once more. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will extend their lead. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The score, Bills 41, Buccaneers 14.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
Feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Shotgun now for Brady. And this one is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Brady's
trash, Brady.
3rd down there is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it.
Let's go, Brady.
They're going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
By the Buccaneers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Bills say they have it, and they do. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Singletary. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Singletary again decided to hit it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Flushed out. Allen hit. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Going deep for Diggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Levante David. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
7 yards to pick up there.
At the 40-yard line.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. He was trying to fit it into Gronkowski there, and it's third and short.
Third down and 3 yards to go.
Now Brady. He's got Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
This is Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Now Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, 87 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit.
14.
But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this play. No, okay.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On play action, it's Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
1st and 10.
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Singletary.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
20-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. That's out to the left and complete. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Allen finding Brown for a Bills 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work.
And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense continues to pour it on. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
The carry on 1st down by Fournette is going to wind yardage as he stopped for a loss of a couple. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
Now Brady gets away with one.
Come on, Kyle.
He could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
That one was intended for John Brown, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Allen. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, 37 yards as his guys continue to pull it off.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Over first and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. A.J. Klein in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Second down.
Here's Jones. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll look to run with Singletary. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Gronkowski, the intended target. 3rd down here.
And 10 yards to go.
Now Brady on the bootleg. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jordan Whitehead there defensively.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And they'll try to run it in with Singletary. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there, a jumbo package look. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.